Hello, good morning. Today, this video concerned with generations of people. Generations, as people living in a particular period of time, particular years, have a particular characters. They have seen so many things around them, and that shapes their beliefs, their life, their expectations, their creations of themselves and their life. So, for example, I am a person living in Kerala, India. You see, now it's 1947 we got independence, and I was born. After that, after getting independence and freedom, and in the initial childhood years, I didn't have any idea about what freedom is. In school, we were told that we have freedom, and in the previous years, we hadn't freedom. We were ruled by a foreign power, that is the British Queen was ruling. I have seen the coins of King George, etc., in my childhood in Kerala. So their money, their currency was here, and also the local king's currency. Whatever currency or rule is there, here the people's life are not affected much. Even getting independence or new making of India, we in rural area of the middle of the Kerala didn't have any problem carrying on with our life. The life and circumstances were same even after independence. People's lives cannot be changed all of a sudden. Life goes on. People, new generation come, old generation dies, and their children carry on. And most of the family in Kerala, we have certain family system which has got a privacy all the time. It's a private thing. Nobody interferes with the affairs of the family. Whatever rule, king's rule, they don't interfere with the family affairs of the people. There's a privacy there and freedom. Nobody can say that you should do this, you should that. So much freedom there was there even before we get the so-called freedom. It was there thousands of years, even king's rule. They were giving ordinary people much freedom, except in traveling and business, etc. They were not restricted much. Even kings rule in India. So thousands of years, the kings and monarchs were able people. They were most of them aimed for the good of the people. So they will sustain them and give them power. So freedom was not much a problem. So the new generation means our generation, and our generation mainly educated people. Just like one of them is myself. I'm trained professionally well, and I consider second to nobody in the world in my profession, the modern medicine. So we can in Kerala can solve our own problems, medical, even some biological warfare or some other calamity, epidemic, we can control ourselves. The new generation, we have seen that we have much strength. Even the last year flood, they are just very confident. Nobody tried to help. So many houses lost. We are confident that Gulf money is now flowing to Kerala, mainly in education, educating the new children of those who went to Gulf. So they will anyway bring much dollar money to Kerala. for children's education. I felt like that. So it's over the years, it's crores and crores flowing to the education institutions. 27, 46 or some professional colleges sprang up recently in 5 years. So much money flows in the Gulf countries. So even the flood, Kerala survived, and the confidence of the people. I commend them, the new generation, undaunted by the natural calamity, confident, recovering, everything, whatever comes on the way. The new generation is very knows the power in themselves, and even in Kerala, we haven't seen any war. Even the Indo-Pak war in '74, what we felt was so many ladies gave their ornaments to buy pattern tanks or fighting tanks, etc. And the only thing we felt that the rice was not available, and we have to eat puri and sambar for some months. There was a shortage of food grains due to the war. What happened, we don't know. So, real war we haven't seen. One enemy plane came to Kochi and dropped a bomb which did not explode because it was dropped in a paddy field with water. So it did not detonate. The pilot just obeyed the command, dropped the bomb and went away with his life intact. That was where I have suffered. And we are thoroughly trained in combat in colleges where I was in the NCC, and we just thoroughly participated in training in close combat, bayonet charge, shooting, aim shooting, parade, etc. So when war comes, everyone is ready. War fit. The new generation is keeping the completely physically fit. Most of our generation had excelled in their profession. They have their own opinion. They have created their own place on earth. And most of them had their families and children who are also married and made new homes. And the new generation should not stop there. The previous generation had to have family planning in 60s, 70s. We had very difficult times. Food was scarce and population was high. And I have seen lorries carrying milk powder and wheat from US, giving a shake hand picture. That's shake hand from Americans to Indians. PL 480, free milk powder and wheat. So that might be the reason I have a preference for milk powder so for so many years instead of milk. So at that time, somebody, another country had to help us with donating these food materials. And family planning was, propaganda was there, and incentives were there to have restrict the family size to minimum one or two children, so that everything will be supplied for everybody. But in 2019, I think my opinion or my view is that we should no longer follow restrict family size because we have already come to a negative point where the old aged people are thrown away from their home. I have seen. several instances. So much pathetic. The children cannot go on. They have to feed their children and limited income. The land is less. You cannot have more than a particular amount of land in Kerala. And I think some other, we can have land in some other places. So very restricted type. Only before the independence, travel was restricted. Land was plenty. We should, I think, as much as possible land, as much as possible children we should have, and for their comfort and raising up, so that they will look after the old people. More as 4 or 5 children as previously. Parents can live in each one's house for 2 or 3 months, and nobody will feel the burden. So we should reconstruct our social life, the new generation, those who are educated, think, everybody should think for themselves. We haven't seen the previous colonial era, king's era. Only what is can see is what is in front of us, what we can make. So the new generation has so much power in themselves, so much study. Their brain power has developed sitting in professional college for 5 years and studying. Brain has developed so much, and brain power is health also. New generation has a tremendous advantage over the old generation. So they should prepare their genes, several recombinants. Those who agree with this view may be less. They can say that it's just like animals. The good traits we take, the genes, means next generation will be more good. Just as we breed ornamental fishes and animals, a good quality things we select and propagate. Human beings also should do that. They should not limit themselves to 1 or 2 children as much as possible. They should, only thing is that they should take care of them and take charge of them for their doing so, their education, their bringing up to be at least 18 years. The new generation has a tremendous opportunity. And if they are positive, they can stop a third world war. And simply some people think they are of particular nation, they should fight others, take others' things. Everyone should construct, build. That is a new generation has tremendous opportunity. Okay, have a good day.